Hello, hello. Okay, so it should be good. They changed. Look at this. They updated this. I've never seen this before. Which is interesting, to say the least. So, hold on. Let me just make sure the audio's working. And it's because I updated to Windows 11. Ooh, Windows 11. How does this... Bro, why won't it tell me that I'm live on my fucking phone? Am I not live? I am live. Hold on, I gotta restart Twitch. Bro, how come... How does this shit work? Alright, let me just check real quick then. Alright, yeah, it's good. Hey, what's up, Coast? We're gonna get started here. And, let's see what languages we have to add into. Ignore this tweet. We can ignore that. We can ignore that also. Hold on. Let me, go off. I have a saved thing, but hold on. Where's my... Put that in there. Where's my thing for... I had this bookmarked. Where did I put it? Oh, here it is. Alright, good. So, the different languages here. This is what I needed here. So, the languages that we support right now... hold on. Let me, make sure I close these before I show it on screen. So let me just show... Oh, wait. Let me just close all these real quick. So, I'm looking at the next site update to be on... And look, this is part... Oh, you can't see it. How do I move myself? Look, I love this, like, little thing here. Look at how it slides in and then slides out. It's so nice. I'm looking at the next site update to be on this Friday here. So, November 19th. So, update for November 19th. Let's put, for Friday, November 19th. And then we're gonna do update for December, 31st. So that, we're gonna have two more major, I wanna say major updates, but, yeah. So this is to do. Say update number 1, and then say update number 2. So for update number 1. So what I'm gonna do is this for update 1. This is gonna be like for what's done. But literally nothing's gonna be done here. So, we're gonna say 10 more languages supported. And then we're gonna say to do for update number 2. 10 more languages supported. UI changes. But UI changes is also going to be here. Hold on. Let me just check something real quick. And I got next week I'm going to be doing something, some more streaming for it. Because I actually have some stuff that I want to do for it. So lyric pages will be on the next update. Creating a playlist from home screen. And then what else we're gonna do is artist pages are gonna be for update 2. Automation to add new songs and artists will be for update 2. That's gonna be the extent of update 2, because from now to December 31st, I'm gonna be working on this, but it's gonna be a work in progress and many testing, or a lot of testing to be done. I spelled artist wrong. And this is really what the roadmap is looking like right now. And then from December 31st, I will do the next 2 updates here. So today we're going to be working on languages. And let me open this up real quick. And then let me see what I can open on stream real quick before I fuck it up. And alright, so I can open up. So right now we support 6 languages, and I think I said we're gonna do 5 today, but depending on how long it takes, maybe I'll do more. Some of these I don't know if I'm gonna do, like the simplified and traditional. This is very hard to, I don't know, like but yeah, so I'm gonna do, let me open up the notepad real quick. We're gonna do DA for Danish, FI for Finnish, and I'm gonna do the ones that I recognize more so. DE for German, which I thought I had German support, but I guess not. EL for Greek. HE for Hebrew. I already thought I had IT for Italian. I thought I had Italian. I have Japanese. Oh, I don't even have Chinese. ZH for Chinese. Oh, you know what I should do? I should do this. Hold on. Aha, so now people will know that I'm live. So let me get the 10 languages for this one that we're supporting. LA for Latin. KO for Korean. And then I want to do VI for Vietnamese. So this will be the languages that we're working on. And let me add this to the list here. So let me actually do this. If that's 5, let me do it like that. Oh. Alright, so I have these here, and then I need to go to my language files real quick, and then add them, which I thought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay. Thought I had a lot more, but guess not. Languages, underscore, DA. Oh, wait, it's not languages, it's language. Alright, so I can close that and then put this back on the screen here. And then how we do this is it's going to be through Google Translate. So Google Translate messes it up. I'm not responsible. I am not responsible. So we're going to do language underscore fi.json. Alright, so let's get DA and FI done first. And we have here the English ones. So wait, let me just double check. 152, 152. And then we're going to check the browser language first. But how I do this is basically I just go to Google Translate. And I know they have the Chrome extension for Google Translate. They have all these other things for Google Translate. But I don't want to just do that because it's... And I don't want to use the API because the API costs money. Why spend money if I can do it for free? Literally do it for free. So this is for Danish, and I don't know what to talk about. That's a weird letter or whatever. But so the entire site has been translated, and pretty sure album just went to album, right? Yeah. But so yeah, the entire site has been translated. Album cover doesn't have a translation. So with the 152, that means whenever I add new things though, I'm gonna have to make sure I add translations for everything. So that might take a while, but I think it's better to get the translations done now than later, because if I do it later, there could be 1,000 things that I have to do for each one. So I think now is better, because when I do from now on, I'm gonna go through adding the English ones and then making sure the English ones are correct in terms of like everything being on the English file. And then the way that I want to try and do it in the future is make it so it checks, like I can run a script, because this is how I do it at my work. We run a script and they get added to the English ones based on our translator thing, and then the other teams for the other languages, they come back with the translations, but you know that also takes forever. But I was thinking of like how I could, because that's the way that I'm doing it now is literally from my work. Like I learned this from my work on how how I'm doing it. And I mean, I knew this before, but like I never implemented it or thought about it. But I think it's gonna be really interesting. One thing I do want to try and do is regionalize these languages, so it's easier for me to organize. Like, I don't know, because like the languages, they're just gonna be one long list of files from all these different languages here. But I don't know. I got I forget what I was talking about. Let me talk a bit about the automation that I'm going to be doing. So the automation that I'm going to be doing needs to be tested, because I don't know how I want to do it exactly just yet, because at that point I might not have that art. If I don't have an artist on the site, I might make it that's like an A. But if I don't have the artist on the site, I might make it into a pending artist. So, but then it also comes down to like the song too. So some songs might be titled differently. And then when it says like a new release on Genius, sometimes it might not even be a new release. It might just be like a re-release, or like it's getting added to Genius, like not Genius, Spotify. So an example of that would be the Mac Miller's Faces. That recently got added to Spotify, but I already had that on my site. So like the way that that AP, if I had the automation then, it would just say that was new, even though I already had it on the site. So the way that I might do it is it might be semi-automated to the point where it doesn't automatically get added to the site, but it gets added to a different section that I gotta go through, and it's still gotta be manually reviewed. It can never, I don't think the site can ever be fully automated without a verification. But the issue that like it comes into is like if it gets released on Spotify before YouTube, I can't exactly do anything about that with the automation, because the automation can't find the song. So I don't know how I'm gonna do that. But there will be some automation added in. It will help, I think, with the songs from artists that are, I would say, like maybe least are not as popular. It'll help me get more artists on the site, so that's good. because the artists that I'm adding currently, there's literally so many that I'm adding that I feel when I was making that list, it felt like I was at like the total amount, and it's only 500 artists. So, and I noticed definitely more artists than 500 in the world. But yeah, there's that. Um, in terms of future plans for the site, um, people always ask me like, "What's your end goal with the site?" And honestly, it's just to have fun. I think the artist pages will be actually. Wait, what did I put artist pages on? Alright, yeah, I put it on the second update. Good. Say I'm not ready for artist pages right now. The artist pages I think will actually be fun to do because it will bring in, for me, more of a way to have the artists be introduced and have their songs be played. And it will also help me, I guess, see what artists get searched the most. So I'm gonna have statistics in the back. So when you search an artist, it's gonna keep track of those searches, and then based on that search, it's gonna increase like how many times that artist was searched. The one thing I like about that is like there's no making an account as of yet, because I haven't found a reason to add making an account, because there really isn't like I said, there really isn't a reason to. I do have an emailing list in which no one signed up for yet, but I'm sure that will change hopefully next year. I think adding these languages or support for languages will be good, because I should have known that was still Spotify. I think it'll be good because it will add. Oh, I didn't want that. It will add more users to the site. I still have. I mean, the song names are still going to be in English, but there's so many other songs or artists that are from different nationality. So like the K-pop, there's a ton of K-pop people I can add, but I just don't have them added yet. And the reason behind that is because I don't know K-pop. So I'm gonna try and get next year. The end of next year is gonna be a long list of artists being added. Like, I'm talking about maybe 500 artists at the end of next year to be added, in which it will take a while. I don't think it'll be an easy thing to do, obviously, but it will be there. And that's the thing. Wait, okay, yeah. Wait, that's okay. I don't know. So we're at 52 out of 152. So we are a third of the way there with Dutch, or Danish. I mean, not Dutch. Dutch is DE. And but at the end of next year, I plan to have 100,000 songs added, and then I plan to have around 70 languages supported. Depending on how many languages I do by the end of next year, that might be the cap that I leave it at, because sometimes it's gonna get too much at some point, and it's like a lot of languages originate from other languages, and it's hard to keep track of what language is most popular. Because I can't go around adding every single language. It's not feasible, and it's from a site perspective, it's not logical to do unless you're using the Google Translate API, in which you have to pay for. But as a site, I'm not making money right now, and I don't really want to pay for it because there's, like I said in the beginning of the stream, there's no reason to. There's no reason to pay for it if I could easily just do what I'm doing now. But yeah, what's up, Tristan? How you doing? Oh, video in Danish is also video. One thing I do like about doing the languages, C++ shit, at least it's C++. Xavier yesterday or the other day was asking me some C questions, and I was like, why? Why are you learning C? The C language is so useless. It's so useless. It makes no sense. And I was so mad that my school taught it to me because it's like the basics in C are the same basics in C++. So it didn't make sense to learn C because there's like, oh, it's a precursor to C++. No, it isn't. It is not. What the fuck is R? Like, it's a waste of time. That's exactly how my school did it. And I was like, seriously? I'll take the easy A, but I'm wasting my time also. I didn't like that. I don't know. I felt like they could have easily. Thing is though, they also teach Python at my school, but that's like an elective class. I would have rather had them say, all right, learn C++, and then you could do Python, because after C++, the next class I had to take was Java, and I was like, cool, I guess. Yeah, I'd rather learn Python than C. I mean, I already know Python, and I had a book on it that I read in like a day. But, bro, our school does it. Yeah, it's literally just some bullshit. Java. Oh, you had C++ too? I don't think I had that. I had Java, and then in software engineering, I believe I also used Java. Oh, no, software engineering I used, that's when I was working on the Chrome extension. And then back to C++. So you take 3 C++ classes? Why? They're really pushing C++ for some reason. Should tell them to diversify, World nowadays isn't all just those types of languages. Like, when it comes to programming, I always tell people, like, there's, they're like, what do I do to start getting into programming? I'm like, well, what do you want to do, first of all? I mean, do you want to build applications, or do you want to, like, build websites? Because there's so many different things when it comes to which language you want to approach. Because if it's websites, then, there's the multitude of languages of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and then the more advanced would be, I would say, PHP, jQuery, SQL, which mixes in with PHP if you want. And then after that, you go to JavaScript frameworks such as React JS, Vue.js, and then some others like Vanilla JS. There's a few others, but there's mainly I would say 3 branches of languages for web-based. 2 branches, and then your third branch would be your frameworks. And then there's also subsidiaries of languages, like for CSS, there's Sass. So it's like, it's not really a language, but it's a different thing. like in terms of CSS, and it connects with the JS framework, so it's there. But then if you want to do application building, you could do Java, you could also do JavaScript, you could do Python, C++. Haha, thought I was gonna say C. No. C is a language that should just be thrown away at this point. And I don't even care if C++ is built on C. It's like, okay. I mean, JavaScript's built off Java. Like, what? But in a script format. So I think, I don't know. I don't keep up with the... Yeah, that's the one thing I love about web development, is because you can literally start with nothing and then just create something. Like, just like doing body background red. You could see it instantly. I'm just like, god damn that. Man, it was so cool. Designing websites I'm not good at, but building them I like. I like doing functionality type websites, like functional things that like have utilities or use to it. That's why I can never think like of I want to create a phone app, but like of what? Like that's the thing. Like I'm not into game design or making games, so I'm not. When it comes to creating phone app, I don't know what to do. And then like when it comes to utilities, like every damn like phone app's already out there for utilities. I know the thing is like, you take one thing and improve on it, but it's like how? I want to try and create something original and cool. But one of these days, like when I have more free time. What happened here? Oh, that closed. Okay. We're on 89. No, we're on number 90 out of 152. Like there are applications that are cool to build. Like the one that I built for my Java class was, if I really cared enough, I think I could have put a lot of work into it, and I think it would have been really cool because I connected it to a damn website, and it could have been something really interesting, but it was just like a little little project thing, and it's something that I did not care about. Wait, if I put a period here. Okay, yeah. But yeah. The email list will be... I like it. I might... Oh yeah, I gotta set up the email list too. That's probably gonna be in update 1. Let me alright, did I end up copying that? No. Alright, so we're on 93 out of 152. Then we gotta do finish. We gotta finish. I'm gonna put it on here. Email. Alright. Because for the mailing list stuff, I have a lot of ideas for the mailing list on how to set it up, so on the back end I can do it. Because I don't want to use like one of those like email servers that like MailChimp or what's the other one that I've used? I've used another one, but I can't remember it. But I don't want to use those because I just feel like there are better ways to... I mean, they're obviously good, but I want to do it on my own way so I can customize it my own way. Because I want to be able to send out emails in languages. So, because on my emailing list, right now you can sign up for a language. So that way you get your emails in that language. And that's how I want to do it. Because I never understood how other emails in other countries work. So I assume they send out emails based on region. So the emails like that get sent to the U.S. people are in English. But I'm not here to. I don't have people signing up, so that's the only way. When you sign up for the email list, you choose what language. That's the only way I can do it right now, which I think is fine. You could always change it later on. But that's the one thing I want to do is be able to send out emails in different languages, which I think will be very cool to get set up. And then I also want to like try and make sure like I can schedule emails being sent out, and which it's possible to do on a coding standpoint. I just need to code it up. And that's the thing. Everything from when it comes to programming, everything seems so easy. And then I just gotta code it up. Like that's like the thing with the lyric pages. I can easily do it. I just need to code it. Like that's the thing is get to the coding part of it. It's like damn, I can do it. I just need to code it. And sometimes I just don't feel like coding. Like today, I don't feel like coding today, and I wanted to do something. Like I wanted to stream or do something with my music site aside from just going through the songs in my queue and then verifying them. Because right now, in my queue, I got 19,000 songs, and I've only verified like 400 of them. And on the weekends, I'm gonna do like 200 a day. So on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm gonna do 200. And then on the weekdays, I'm only gonna do 100. So that way, I didn't calculate how long that would take me, but I'm gonna push them to the site every time I verify 2,000 songs. So that would be roughly every 2 weeks almost. So there'd be 2,000 new songs on this site. And I still gotta verify 300 today because I gotta make up for another 100 from Friday. But the process that I'm doing for next year is gonna be a lot different when it comes to the songs. I'm gonna be adding them throughout January to middle of September, and then from middle of September to December, all that time I'm going to be doing is going through the songs and adding them. Because what I did this year was I was adding artists, and then I was then going through them, adding them to the site, and then I would do some more changes, like because from January to mid-September, what I want to do is add a lot of changes to the site, such as like optimization. I first need to figure out why when I Google my site, this happens here. Like why? I need to figure out why this happens because it shouldn't be doing this. Because I added the HTML tag description to my site, so I need to, create another. I need to create another Stack Overflow account because that site's so political, and I can't ask any more questions. So I had to create a new account, which is annoying. But I need to figure out why it isn't working, and even though I hate that site, sometimes they're helpful, but it's just the whole politics of that site is so dumb. I can't begin to comprehend why they do what they do, and how they've not had controversy over any of what they've done. But I guess most programmers are just like, they just know it. But like when people that actually use that site a lot, at some point it gets annoying, and it's like, what? I don't know. I like that site, but they have so many issues. Oh wait, did I become a... Look, that becomes a whole different word. It's crazy how this language shit works. Like, it's a whole different word. Well, so far 1 hour for one language. We're almost done with this language. Yeah, I think that's about the rate that the other ones took me, about like an hour for adding them. So I'm probably not gonna get all these done today, but maybe Tuesday I'll be streaming again, doing more languages, and then next weekend I'll be, because I'm gonna be like yesterday, or not yesterday, last week at work I was so busy. But the thing is though, last week at work I was pumping out my, like, the issues that were assigned. I was pumping out like my PRs, my pull requests for the fixes, and I was like, I felt like I was on a roll. And then on Friday, I was kind of like slacking because I was tired. Like, even Friday though, I had like 2 things that I had gotten done, and I was like, damn, I'm on a roll this week. This is the one thing I like about work. It's like, when I understand the issue and I know how to fix it, I'm just like, let's go. I'm not going to do that. The one thing that I think is strange with like the languages is, so my site, the way the CSS is set up is a bit strange, and the one thing I'm afraid of is like how the display will look in a different language, because some languages, one word could be like, a 4-letter word could be like 15 letters in German. Like, it's just one of those things, like, I don't know how that will look on the UI. But then when I looked up, you can do different CSS pages for different languages by adding the language tag to your piece of code. So like a div, you could add a language tag to the div, and the CSS applied to it will be based on that language that it's set for. Which I think, it's cool, but it's highly impractical. And I understand why no one really uses that, because it's impractical to have. I mean, for one, you already have different CSS files for different for device format, like size. The only reason I don't is because it's kind of not needed. But I used to have it separated, but it got too confusing for me. But it's just one of those things that I'm just like, at that point, like, having different like, if I do 70 languages, like, bro, that's 70 different CSS files. Like, it's impractical. It's not reasonable to have that. And then if you change one CSS thing, then you got to go through all of them to change it. Like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, if I went to update the UI on my site, I would have to go through them all to update. I'm not doing that. And I can't copy and paste, because if the say Spanish file had different CSS than my English one, if I copied and paste the the new changes for the English one, all the Spanish changes would be overwritten. So it's not like, I don't know. I could probably create a script so it just adds the new ones to that file. But it's just, because that's how we do, not like for CSS, but at work we do that for the languages, or for some UI changes. We run this script for the JSON, generate JSON, and it builds up the UI. And every time we make small changes, we have to run that to make sure it's up to date and there's no issues. And and that's just using React.js and Java. React.js is JavaScript, but with JavaScript. Thing is, with my work, we code in React.js. I I understand React.js. I don't know how to start a project with React.js. I think that's my biggest thing is I want to convert my site into React.js, but I don't know how to exactly start one. And the difference with React.js is I don't know how well it's supported in terms of the cPanel. And then also using the PHP also. Because I don't know where the data from the server, because I only do front end. It'd be cool if I could work in back end so I could get an idea of how both places work. But for now I'm just doing front end, and I like front end stuff because it's definitely something that I need more of, and it's something that I need to get more hands-on experience with, because my site just doesn't have a lot of good front end stuff, and I am taking hints of like UI design stuff and taking mental notes of like what would be good and what would not be good, but it's just, I don't know, it's just a lot. Like J. Cole once said, it's a lot. I was gonna have music on today, but I want to leave because currently I added a script to my site, so it counts how many song plays that's my total that the songs on my site have, and I want to leave that up for another week without me using the site, so then I can verify that other people use the site, like, because this is a way for me to verify that other people actually use the site. I can't verify how many. My Google Analytics could, but I don't want to I don't want to force people to sign up and stuff, because then at that point it's like, damn, then people really won't use my site. Hold on. We just finished Danish, so that's a good thing to be proud of, I guess. We're done with Danish. The Danish are finished. But yeah. So now we're on finish. We need to finish. Probably, I don't know. Do they not have? Oh, it's finish like this. Forget what I was talking about. Oh yeah, so I added. So right now the total plays of the songs that are on my site are 5,000. That means I've given songs a total, or my site, not me specifically, but my site has given my given songs a total of 5,000 views. Depending on how that goes, I think it's gonna be a good, because the script runs every day at like 12 or something, so that way I can keep track of like the difference in terms of on this day and then the next day, and then I can see like if one day the thing is though, if you just have it on in the background and it's just playing, you could listen to 100 songs, and then for me I will see that it will go up like 100 plays. So it's hard to, I can't really verify whether that's just from one person or from multiple people, but if it goes up like 1,000, that's gonna be a big difference. But yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting to see the growth, because I know last year, and it's been over a year, I started keeping track of the views of the songs, and it's and how many songs have been on the site. So last year in October, the site had 10,000 songs. By the end of this year, we are gonna have over, hopefully by the end of this year, we're gonna have over 60,000 songs. So that's 50,000 in a whole year, give or take some months. So yeah, 40,000 in a year, I would say. But that was mainly because like there were certain parts of this year that I didn't work on the site like for a good. Like when I was working on the Chrome extension, I didn't work on my site for like 2 months, which I think, the Chrome extension was an experience for me. So when I was working on the Chrome extension, I'm not going back to that ever. It's an experience. Like I created one time tried to create phone apps and put them on the App Store, the Google Play Store. What the fuck does this mean? How would you say that? I don't know. But I did it once, and they're not there anymore because I think after a few, like, I didn't update based on their, I don't know, but it's like 4 years ago I tried apps and put them on the App Store and just to see how it was. These weren't even special apps. These were just for me to play around and test. But I was coding in Lua, Lua. Very simple language to learn. Very simple, straightforward concept of how to use it. And I was just testing around. I was using this application called Corona Labs that I was just playing with, and I want to try and get back into that, but I don't know. Like I said earlier, I'm not a game person or a utility person when it comes to phone apps, because in my eyes everything for the phone has already been made, and I can't think of something like to improve on, because literally by the time I figure out how to improve on it, what I've done has already been done. So it's like, damn, I'm behind. But when it comes to like I said, I was just messing around, and I spent a good, even then I spent good 2 months on that also, just messing around while I was in my community college. I had a lot of free time in between classes. Like I had one of my classes I had 2 to 3 hours in between, and I would just kind of wait at the community college because I didn't want to drive home and drive back, because that I think would be stupid. And so I spent the time just studying for coding and stuff, and then it was just something that I did for the experience. I think, bro, what kind of grammar or vowels do they utilize here? I don't. The U is very used, I would say, pun intended. Oh my god, Finnish is such a weird language. Like I said, this year I spent too much time on my Chrome extension. The thing is, though, I liked working on my Chrome extension app because it brought a lot of learning to me. It's not the best thing that is out there. It's not the greatest application that could have been built. If I put a lot more time into it, I could have probably built something better. And if you have it installed, you can uninstall it because it's literally not getting updated. It was literally, I just wanted it to put it on the App Store under my own name for bragging rights to my group, but I might take it off the App Store for I don't know. No, I guess I'll leave it up there in case people are actually using it. Who knows, maybe one day I'll come back to it and see it's got 100 downloads or installs or whatever. But yeah, talking about my community college and having free time, I can talk about the story of when I wanted to start my social media site. But hold on, I gotta check something on my phone. Boop, 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 boop. If there's any questions, feel free to ask. People are watching. But so let me talk about my, I guess, early college days right now. And I say early because these were like 3 years ago, 3 to 4 years ago, I think. And this was when I wanted to create a social media app. I forget where I was at in terms of like my knowledge of programming. I was getting very familiar with PHP at the time, and I wanted to create a big project with it, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. And one of the projects that I looked into doing was creating a streaming site, but it wouldn't require I don't know, I wanted to create a site to help people like teach programmers, and I don't there's some limitation that I ran into that I couldn't do. So I scrapped the idea. There was another thing that I was coding up, but scrapped up. I can't remember what it was, but there's several things that I did, and then I thought of a social media site, and I know a lot about social media sites, and so to create one of my own, I think was a good idea at the time. But I spent a lot of free time from my community college. I spent a lot of free time focusing on creating that site, and I spent a good 2 full years also working on that site, and it's still a work in progress. And I wanted to I tried to reach out to get help for it, but the help that I did get wasn't that good. My thing was the person that I was sort of working with, kind of slow responses, and I was like trying to get things done, like go, like try and get this stuff done, because I work fast and I work efficiently, but I also work to the speed that I can, and I'm just like, once I get an idea, I start coding it, as something like that. There was only certain things that I got stuck on, but then I don't know. There was I would say for my social media site, I put at least 1,000 hours into that site, trying to. But the thing is, though, I added so many features and so many things that the later end of things, it just became too much, because I was like if I tried to do language support for that site, it'd be too much. I understand social media site is not something you would expect one person to be building, and obviously things back then, Facebook, obviously it was easy to build something like Facebook back then, but something like now, you have to meet these standards that these online standards for what a site should be like, and it was so hard for me to meet these standards at the same time as coding it as one person. Back then, yeah, 2006, one person could code up a site and have it blow up because it's so easy to do. It's just a basic forum. But now you got to have all these different things. You got to have all these different regulations, all these different rules, and all that. Like, it's a whole different industry when it comes to building a site. And I was, legit overworking myself a lot on that site. Like, as soon as I would go home from school, I'd be working on it. As soon as I had any free time during class, I'd be working on it. Like, it's one of those things like I literally was so dedicated to doing. And I still have the project. I have the files on my computer, and I'm gonna put them on private GitHub, on my private GitHub, so I can keep it there. But I don't think I'll be getting back to it for at all, because it's like I said, and this is how I started talking about the story. It's like I said with the Chrome extension. It's one of those things that, like, I just did thinking it was, obviously unfinished projects get left behind. Like, that's the joke as a programmer. But it was one of those things that I thought was gonna be good, but it's just too much. And it was a good learning experience for PHP, because why do I keep doing this? For I didn't know a lot about PHP, and there's still a lot to learn about it for me, but it helped me tremendously with it, and definitely helped me speed things up in my music site, because my music site's also built with primarily PHP and JavaScript. And that's one of those things, like, that's how you learn a language, is by doing a you first learn the language. And I'm gonna sort of like wrap this back to like what I was saying at the beginning of the stream. It's like, when people ask me, what do you do when you learn a programming language, or where do you start, or how do you program? And it's like one of the things, you first learn the basics, and if you already know the basics, then learn. PHP is kind of different with the basics, so like, because PHP is more of utilizing functions and queries. So I would say learn those basics first, and then start with the project. And that's the only way you will ever learn anything. When it comes to programming, I don't know about other things, but in terms of programming, if you don't do your own projects, or if you don't do your own testing or whatever, if you just follow tutorials, you will never learn, because you're just repeating what someone else is saying. If you don't like do your own research or learn like why certain things don't work, like because for me, programming, a lot of people I think programming is all about repetition and being able to remember things, like simple things. Like for me, because I switch between numerous languages like JavaScript and PHP a lot, and I always forget what function it is to open up an array, to stringify an array, or to make a string into an array. Like, I know it's implode and explode, but I always forget how it is for some of the languages. But I don't think it's ever about remembering how to do things. I think it's just knowing what you need to do, and then if you forget, just look it up. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with me forgetting a simple thing and then looking it up, because that shit happens. I'm thinking of 30 other things in my head, so it's not like I'm trying to, when it comes to programming, I'm not trying to remember every little function that I build, every little utility or utility that I use for libraries and stuff. Like, I'm not trying to remember it all, as long as I remember how I used it. So like, when I do something, and then if I know, like, if later on I know I'm gonna have to use, like, if I'm like, oh, I've done this before, literally just go back to your projects or wherever you did this before and take it. Like, you've already done this before. It's like, you shouldn't reinvent the wheel. But there are some things, like the basics that you should know about programming, like the operators, obviously, and like the if statements, the while, the for loops, the while loops, cases, and all that. Like the try and catch. Like, there are certain things that you should obviously memorize, but not every little detail when it comes to programming. That's the thing. Is like, I think that's one thing that discourages, it discourages me sometimes, because some programmers are like that. And thing is, the difference between them and me is because they spend their time utilizing what they're thinking of into remembering these things. I'm spending my time thinking of ideas and concepts that I can then utilize. So like, I feel like memorizing a lot of like the programming stuff, and a lot of memorizing a lot of the programming stuff, and doing a lot of the working hard to try and make sure you can easily, like, if someone asks you how to do this, you can do it. And that shit's gonna happen. Like, at a technical interview, you're gonna have to know how to do some stuff off the whim. But after that, like, that's the biggest thing. Like, after technical interviews, once you get a job or whatever, like, you can Google stuff. Like, that's the thing. Like, there's nothing wrong with Googling things. Literally, I don't know why, I'm gonna say people hate it, but it's just one of those things, like, if you know how to do it as a programmer, then you're set for life. Because that's the one thing that a lot of people don't know how to do. And that's why some of these people, like, they, rather than just, like, doing a quick Google search at the time, they spend a lot of time trying to memorize it. And it's like, it's cool and all, but, like, why? Like, I don't think, like, you're not showing anyone up by memorizing it. Like, obviously, when I watch this is why I don't watch programming videos, because when I see people in these programming videos, write 15 lines of code in like 10 seconds, I'm just like, cool, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Like, there's certain things that, like, there are certain essentials to when it comes to programming with different languages that you should know. Like, when it comes to, like, a PHP, Java, Python, React.js, I would say. Like, how to use classes and how to import them and utilize them for functions and all. And it's a very good thing to learn. And I definitely need to learn more about it. Not learn more about it, but utilize it more, because it's a good thing to use, because it helps clean up your code. It helps make your code look more professional. And that's the thing with my coding. Working at my internship, obviously I've learned to, like, make my code look more professional, make my code's writing style look more professional, and all this. And I've learned a lot, but at the end of the day, like, my code's never gonna be, like, professional. Like, it's one of those things that, like, I think when it comes to personal projects, obviously, when it comes to group projects, obviously you want things organized and stuff. When it comes to personal projects, things, you're gonna do it how you want to do it. And it's like, it doesn't, like, if you know that no one else is gonna be working on this project and you're the only one working on it, then code how you want, as long as you can understand it. Like, I've written code and then months later looked at it and I was like, what the fuck does this mean? But that's kind of my rant, I guess, or TED Talks. I could go on more about like the school system and all, but I could save that. I don't know. If anyone's watching, I don't know if I should. We're almost done. We're on 110 on finish. So we got about 40 more to go. Then we're gonna go to another language. But yeah, this stream I've just kind of talked because like I think I said like I didn't want to play music because I wanted to let the site sit and see how for the next week how it is. And plus I've been listening to music on my phone. The thing is I created my site to really work on the phone, but I've not used it on my phone a lot. And there's a reason for that. Because it doesn't play in the background, so it's like can't really multitask with it. And I want to create a phone app, but there's one thing that I kind of want to do first before that is the Discord app. So hold on, let me take a little breather. Let me go check my phone real quick for this thing. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, let me get some water here. Hassan has gone live? Bro, Hassan has gone live. Hassan has gone live. I honestly forgot. Like, this is the thing. I talk way too much and then I forget. Literally. Forget what I need to talk about. Or wanted to talk about. Boom, 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 boom. See, like, this is, I always wondered, like, languages like this. YouTube's at the front, but YouTube's not at the front here. So, like, it's interesting. It's certainly interesting, I would say. My site will never be perfect. I mean, no site is ever perfect, but mine's, not gonna be that perfect because even though I work hard on it and I'm always improving on it, there's certain things with the site that I just simply don't care about, and one of them is slightly because of the the CSS I just don't care about sometimes because it's like I'm more, like I've been saying, I'm more about creating functions and allowing people to do things, and having people to have all these different options, and it's just one of those things that the design, I do have to change it every now and then to, make it look better. I think the design right now looks good. There's some changes that I do want to do, but it's just I don't know. I like having a lot of different options, and that's just me. The thing is though, it's hard to get feedback about my site because not a lot of people use it, and it's one of those things that I know it looks like it's it's not a Spotify type site, it's not a YouTube type site, it's different, but I don't know how I'm gonna change that or change that to be like the norm for my site and get people used to it so they can start using it. It's very I don't know. It's a lot about my music. Like, the thing is though, I love still working on it despite I know not a lot of people use it. I know it's kind of people just ignore me for it. And thing is, though, I like working on it because it's I've spent a lot of time on it. I've definitely put in I want to say 1,000 hours, like my music's like my social media site, because that one I was addicted with. Now I like, but the thing is with my social media site, I had a lot more free time. Now I kind of don't because I'm older, so I got responsibilities. Back then I was fucking like 19, 18, 19 when I started that, so I had a lot more free time. Now I got, work, I got some bills to pay, I got run errands, I got a lot of other stuff to do. And I don't spend a lot of time on the site or working on the site, even though like thing is though, like I can easily spend a whole week on the site. Like if I had a whole free week and I was left alone, and this is the thing, once I move out, the amount of work that I'm gonna be doing is gonna be a lot more, because when I am left alone, this is more of a personal thing. I get this. It's when I'm at my house with my parents. It feels weird to be doing things. I don't know. It's this weird tendency that I have that I don't know. Like I can't even explain it. That's how weird it is. But once I move out and I'm on my own, it's gonna be a lot easier for me to be able to work a lot more on the site. And that's the thing that I plan to do. Is I have this setup, like this computer setup in my mind for a while now that I want to have once I move out, and I won't be moving out till another year. So I think that it's still got a lot way to go, but that will give me a good year to work on my site for what I want to do. Because next year, when I'm done with update number 2, I'm gonna spend the month of January, or the first 2 weeks of January, not the whole month, because I kind of want to get a head start on things. But there is gonna be a break, like a whole month break, when I finish. Like there are gonna be breaks throughout the year, so I'm gonna have to think about how I spend my time, because I'm gonna be moving to California for the summer, and so I'm probably gonna take a month off from the site stuff to get settled in, to find a place first, to then settle in, and then get situated with work and make sure it's all good there. So it's one of those things that there's going to be a month off there, and that's probably going to be May, from mid-May to mid-June. So yeah, or probably end of May, depending on when my school ends. I can't remember. But there's gonna be, like, so I was saying, like, the first 2 weeks of January, I'm gonna spend those days pretty much writing down ideas, and depending on where I'm at with the site, like how update number 1 goes and how the update number 2 goes, then the updates that I need to work on will probably just be, I don't want to do another UI change, because that's the one thing I spent a lot on this year, is UI changes. Like, I did a UI change, I think, in March, and then I did a UI change in January. Then I did another UI change in the middle of March or something. And then another UI change in, like, end of the school year, like, 5 months ago. Like, around end of May and all that. So I don't want to, and that's 3 design changes for our site. And obviously, they're improvements, nothing has really been taken away from them, except recently. For the end of May, I had to take away a few things, but it's just one of those things that I don't want to do a lot of, because design changes, they take a lot of work and time. That's the thing, time. I spent so much time on these design changes that I could have spent putting in new features or working on some other. Given that some of the design changes did introduce new features, there was a better way I think I could have gone about it. But I don't know. Like, I added graphs and but I ended up taking those out because of they didn't meet my expectations. And with that, we finished finish. Oh man. Finish. What's in the next language? German. This is gonna be interesting. There's gonna be German and then Greek. So let me just let me get these files ready, and then let me new file. German and Greek. So let me get those files ready, and then hold on, let me get to my browser settings and then change the language. So let me here, okay, I do have this here. Okay, so with having these languages here, let me add the languages to my here, and then check how well it works here. So we did what did we just do? Danish. Alright, let's refresh the site. Let's see what it looks like in Danish. And yeah, see, look, something like this. What am I supposed to do about this? Let me move myself, hold on. This is the one thing that I don't know how to, like, utilize with the different languages, because it does shit like this on a basic word. I think this is site survey, and it's just like, what? Why is the word so long? Or like, why is it, yeah, it's a site survey. Oh, they do, okay. Okay, I see how this... how come... Text... Was it text wrap? I said display block with... well, if I take this, and then I said... block with... and 20 pixels. Oh, the thing is, though, it's based on this width right here. Hold on. So, like, this is the one thing so if I did that, but why is the text not even in there. Like, the text isn't even in this width, which makes me question what's going on here. I don't want to, so the font size needs to be there. Why does it do this? So it's the one thing I don't like about website design is shit like this, because to me, no, it just doesn't make sense. And it's just so frustrating because I gotta accommodate for each of the languages, and it's like, you know, I can't wait to get to I know about German, so it's gonna be and it's, I wonder how. Let me see how some of this looks. This looks fine. It's just this, though. I might just get rid of Site Survey, though. Let me actually... hold on. Let me see if anyone's actually used the Site Survey since I published it. Only 2 responses. So I honestly might just take away Site Survey. Because if no one's using the Site Survey, then there's no point on having it. Let me see how this looks. You know, this looks fine. This we gotta update, but yeah. So Site Survey, let me just take that out. And then we gotta look at this in the other language too. But hold on. Alright, so if I save that and then refresh this, should be good. Because if no one's yeah, that's good. I mean, I can't deal with the CSS for that. I can't be bothered. So let's check the other language, which is Finnish. Alright, let me add that language. Alright, let's refresh and see what Finnish looks like. How finished it looks like. Haha. Oh my god. Again? Seriously? Well, this just means email, like, sign up for the email list or whatever. Why is it so... Why does it do this? Oh my god, that's why I hate fucking coding. Shit like this just annoys the hell out of me. So like, look at this. I can do that, but like, I don't want to do that. If I do that, then that means this, I think I gotta change. No. So this span, I said display block with. Yeah, it's a display block. What? Hold on. The CSS isn't text not wrapping. Yeah, inside the div element. So like stuff like this, you know, it's okay to. I don't need to know like white space normal. Word break all. Okay. So like stuff like that. If I don't know it, I don't know it. I'm not gonna fucking spend my time. Bro, what is hello? Oh my god, so literally I think I could just do this to alright, hold on. Let me actually add back if I can add back that thing, then I don't need to be bothered. So I know if I refresh this, it's probably going to be overlaid or over whatever. Oh, of course. So sign up for that doesn't do it, but you know, all this other shit does it. Alright, so wait, so that means this just needs the word break added. How does that work? Alright, let me see how this looks then. Oh, okay, that looks good now. So let me go back to the other language. Oh, hold on, let me just double check everything. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I'm afraid to look at this, honestly. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Don't overload. We're going out for a ride. We're going to just look at some areas, different areas. Puppies are sleeping, so they'll probably sleep for another hour, I would think.
Okay.
Alright, so.
Alright, I'm probably gonna just get Subway for dinner. Okay. Alrighty, bye.
There's an article in the paper about Dune. I left it out.
Oh, okay. Oh, I just realized, look at this right here. And I don't have, hold on a second. Do I really not have the scroll left on this? And I gotta change this. So this whole table, do I not have? Okay, I think I'm gonna do this. I don't know how I want to do this. Because obviously for the different languages I want it to be the same, but obviously sometimes it can't. But I have to BRB. I gotta put my laundry. What does this say? That's a hold on. Oh wait, don't I have a BRB? It's not set up. What do I have here? I got this. I'ma just BRB. And, oh yeah, because I'm not playing music, what should I do? What should I do? What do you mean? Alright, hold on. Honestly, no. I'm gonna stop streaming because I got some other things to do, and I'm gonna do this stuff off stream because it's annoying. And I talked a lot. We got two. I'm gonna do the other two languages off stream, but I want to deal with this CSS stuff off stream because it's too much. It's stressful. But I'm gonna be streaming Tuesday, either tomorrow or Tuesday. So yeah, bye.